Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Now over the course of the last couple of days I've been releasing some videos on the Brew Moon Festival scenario and also the level 90 Heroic Dungeon Storm Stout Brewery, and neither have been particularly complimentary. All of the heroics that I've done so far have been very easy indeed. Now a friend of mine assures me that the difficulty level of the heroics is not yet in tune. All Blizzard are doing is just releasing the dungeon so we can test the mechanics out of the fights to make sure that they're working, and then they'll tweak the difficulty levels from there. I hope that's true. I genuinely do, because if it stays at this sort of level, it's going to be an embarrassment. It's so easy. But the first boss, Saboteur Kip'tilak, is a fun fight, and we wipe here, and I'm going to show you the wipe, and I'm going to show you why. It's all looking okay. Oh my god, bombs everywhere. But I got an achievement, so cool. Now that just looked absolutely crazy. It dropped a load of bombs, they exploded bit by bit. I tried to run out, but got wiped out. And I was going to go for a combat res, and then I realised 3 of us have been taken out by that, and there's no point. Now the tank and the healer had obviously done this fight before because they knew the tactics, and I say tactics very loosely because the tactics now ruin the fight. You saw how fun and how crazy that wipe was. This could be a really fun fight. However, the kill vid is boring. What you do is you pull the boss while hiding in this cranny here, and then if you get a debuff on you, you just run around the side by the wall. So you line of sight everybody else, the debuff explodes, nobody gets hurt, you run back in, healer heals you up. So this fight almost becomes a tank and spank now. Absolutely boring. So Blizz, where we've got the boss at the minute, you need to block that off as well. That needs to be a door, and that needs to be blocked off, because we can't get hit by any of the bombs that are in the room or anything. We need to be in that room and in a crazy, crazy fight. So if they tweak that, that fight could be really, really good fun. And I love the name, Saboteur Kip'tilak. I feel as if I was an extra on Deep Space Nine with that name, doing the convention circuit. So yes, back in the early 90s, I did 3 episodes of DS9, because that's what we called it, DS9, you see. And yeah, I played Saboteur Kip'tilak. Yeah. I also played Kardashian number 2. Kardashian? What they called? Oh, who cares? Now let's move. Probably our Kardashians. They are aliens, aren't they? Let's move on to the next boss. Now the trash leading up to it is okay. Nothing particularly difficult about them. They do drop a smoke bomb which acts as a security cloud, and the tank wasn't particularly interested in moving them out of it, so he couldn't actually do any damage until he did. God bless him. But you do feel as if there's a battle going on here. And the second boss fight, again, is relatively good fun, and we also use the demonic teleportation device in this fight, and it highlights a use of it and then highlights crippling flaws with it. So I'll tell you that a little later on. So the mechanics of the fight aren't vastly difficult, but again, if they tune the hardness of the fight, this could be good fun. Because what it does, it drops these acid pools on the floor, which you move yourself out of. You keep moving and DPSing, and then every so often, there you go, it does a wave of fire from either left to right or top to bottom, and you've got to get out of it because it does tick. The boss then picks you up every so often and does some damage and then spits you out. Now there you go, there's the teleportation device. I've zapped from one side to the other, which would have kept me from harm from the wall of fire and also got me out of the acid bath. So what was the problem? Well, the problem is there's such a long bloody cooldown on the charges, nobody else can use it now. So it's just an absolute waste. Absolute waste. Look, when we're leaving the fight, it's got 3 charges, not even 5. So come on, Blizz, get the charges up quickly. Keep the debuff on us. Keep the 15-second debuff on us. No problem at all. But just get it set up quick. Get the charges up quick and let them recharge every couple of seconds, okay? Come on. It's useless in its current format. And that takes us very quickly on to the next boss, which doesn't make a lot of sense, this boss, at all, but never mind. You run outside, you light a beacon, and then you run back, and the boss is there. And all the boss does is spawn ads, and as the guy said, that's all it is. That is it. So what I decided to do is, as soon as he had spawned, before the tank could do anything, was drop down my Rain of Fire with Manaroth's Fury, so it covered every single spec, and get doing it. And you know what they say, with great AoE comes great responsibility. Well, they gave it probably to the most irresponsible DPS on the circuit right now. But I did do it on purpose. I just wanted to cause a little bit of fun. Oh dear. But I'm just getting hunted down by every single lad now. It's great. I haven't felt like this much of a witch hunt against me since I decided to body double for John Travolta back in the 80s in those massage parlours. But there you go. I don't know. Let's move on to the next boss. Pretty boring, pretty basic. But all is forgiven on the final boss, because the final boss I thought was a great fight. And again, if they just tune the difficulty level for this fight, it could be difficult and yet fun at the same time. And we do actually wipe first time, which I'm not going to show you, and that's only because we didn't quite grasp the mechanics of the fight, what we're meant to do. So this is the drill. The tank and the healers stay down at the bottom, and the DPS launch themselves from those cannons onto the boss. And then when you're on the boss, you look for the boss's weak spot, and then you DPS it. And as you can see, it moves back and forth, and when it runs into the wall and hits the wall, that knocks you off the boss, and you have to get yourself back up there. But it does these whirlwinds on the ground, and they block out some of the launchers. They make them inactive for use. So you have to find a launcher that's able and working. And again, demonic teleportation device looks good, but it's rubbish because it charges up so slowly. So anyway, we keep going. We DPS onto the weak spot. Once the weak spot is destroyed, then we move into the next phase where we all get knocked onto the ground and start to tackle the boss. All the ads that have been spawning at the bottom, which the tank and the healer have been taking care of, while avoiding all the whirlwinds and then the voids that are on the floor as well that tick for the medium damage, but also slow you down dramatically. And then every so often, the boss will pick a random target to fixate on, and then you'll come running after you. But it increases your speed by 50%, and I've also got burning speed on me, so it increases my movement speed by 100%, so it's easy for me to get away. So that was a fight. It's a great thing. With some tuning up of the difficulty, this could be a great dungeon. So well done, Blaze. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye-bye.